The development of society leads to an increasing amount of people who are overweight, exemplified by the following statistics. 2.1 billion people in the world are facing with obesity, and 65% Englishmen are overweight and obese according to The Guardian. Despite the fact that obesity is not a newly defined concept, and there have been many discussions around the subject in recent years, the ultimate solution has not been published yet. Body image and its relation to the weight are aspects which have been deeply researched for women. However, an insufficient amount of attention has been given to men's health, coupled with the growing pressure that men have about their appearance, rendering it a very interesting subject to be researched. This project will focus on the young overweight men with the thought that they are normal weight. A research shows that from 20 to 24 years old, 59% of young overweight men think that they are normal weight. This can be very dangerous because once they underestimate their weight, they cannot be aware that their lifestyle can put them at risk of a lot of diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. Moreover, according to my interview, there are a lot of young overweight men who put their career in school as a top priority so that they do not have to go to the gym. I researched about a lot of methods of dietary that have existed, all of them need time and commitment, and some of them being a scam. There is lots of apps in the market that are used widely. However, during my interview, a lot of people complain that they are not taught or are not forced to execute a diet plan. They want to make it more free, so I noted this. While observing objects and methods, I started to notice about the scale. The scale has been the conventional way to tell you about your weight. A lot of research shows that a person who regularly weighs themselves can be easier to succeed with their diet plan compared to a person that doesn't weigh themselves. However, my interview results show that only a few people who weigh themselves regularly. Some people are scared to see the truth, so they don't care. They just step in when they feel like they want to. The scale has been isolated in the corner of a room. The experience between the scale and the user has been boring since there is no changing. Therefore, True That was designed. True That is a scale that has no number, but only your classification and how you're getting on with your weight. Although body image is an assumption about your body, which was evaluated from a lot of sources, this is the one that you can trust. In addition, an app has also been created that features and enhances the user's experience with objects. The scale works based on BMI system, which is a very conventional way. Although this system shows some drawback in circumstances, this is officially used with the NHS. The reason NHS still uses this old school system is because it works perfectly for overweight people who is going to be obese if they don't structure a proper diet plan. Therefore, I use this system. This will work perfectly for young overweight men who cannot go to the gym. They are too busy at school, so this is an alternative scale that prevents them from being obese and even give it out a chance to lose some pounds based on the right perception they've received. In terms of design, the scale is designed in minimal form. It looks simple, clean and sleek with a white matte plastic injection molded surface. In the scale, there is only one circle, which will portray a very dim colourful light to tell your classification in a gentle and relaxing way. There is also an arrow in the top middle as a starting point for your diet journey. It can also be used to hang the scale on the hook. The hexagon shape, comprised of a bended aluminium strip as a contour light, portrays an edgy, masculine look for the object. The colour, the surface of the scale is concerned to fit in with the interior of the bathroom, where white is the dominant colour and water is mostly used. A matte texture surface was used to clean easily. So how does True That work? True That works with an app to enhance the interaction between scale and user. An app will also feature some function which support for the function of the scale. To use True That, you have to connect the scale to the app, follow the instruction, open your Bluetooth and press the button in the bottom of the scale to activate the scale. A blue light will be featured in the scale as a welcome. After that, you will set up your information, type in your height, connect to your Wi-Fi, and scale the very first time. The scale now appears a dot in the top middle as your weight. After that, you choose your target in the app. The maximum target is 10 kilograms. Now you can see the whole process bar is lighting up in the middle top. Your journey starts from here. You should go to the About You section to choose weigh repeat pattern for yourself. The app will remind you after you choose this. Ideally it's every day. So every day the app will remind you to weigh yourself. You have to tap the button on the app before weighing, and once you finish weighing, you cannot do it again. This is to prevent you from the obsession of stepping to the weight too many times. So every time you progress, it goes anti-clockwise until the ideal weight reaches the arrow. Then a very colourful light will be demonstrated as a congratulations to you. In contrast, if you gain weight, it will run clockwise, and once you've gained so much weight, it's time to say goodbye with your targets. You have to have a new target, and the scale will feature the red circle. This is not good, you will reach obesity soon. You can also answer your question, why did you gain weight? Based on a popular gesture, taking food picture, we have a food diary in the app. We count the calories that you have for a day, so every time you gain weight, look back and ask to see what makes you obese. You can evaluate it yourself by tapping the food that you think you shouldn't eat. The main pictures is breakfast, lunch and dinner. All of the small pictures are snacks. The layout is also designed to give you a feeling to keep the layout beautiful, otherwise those little snacks will distort it. You can also challenge your friend to see who is getting on better than the others. The scale is to also analyse the eating data and the weight data. If you lost a huge amount of weight while still eating normally, it will also inform you to go check with the doctor. Moreover, this scale can also be used with a maximum of 8 counts. Therefore, once you tap the weigh button, if there is someone using the scale, you will also know. Or if you do tap the button, but someone is stepping on the scale randomly, it will also be noticed. This will inform you. Before the scale is out of battery, it will send the info to your app, so it is also informed if it's out of battery.